Welcome, everyone. Becca, Jacqueline, Mila,
Mm.
Christopher, everyone on the recording, welcome. This is being peace amidst atrocity, a witnessing and a meditation. So first we open with the witnessing portion, which is a sacred space. This space is a sacred, safe space for your heart's expression to be seen, to be witnessed, to be heard. And each of us will have an opportunity to share if we feel called to share. If there's any words, a song, a scream, silence, whatever, however you feel, whatever would be important for you to hear yourself share into this space. And a prayer too. It could very much so be a prayer, an intention. And although this is being peace amidst atrocity, with the goal being creating inner peace, peace within our nervous system, peace within our relations, peace within our work, peace with each other, peace with ourselves. The expression or whatever you share can just be whatever is present to you. It doesn't necessarily have to relate to atrocity or war, conflict, however it might, and it is all welcome. Your expression is welcome. And the idea with the witnessing and then us going into a meditation is that I kind of picture it like a ball of energy that we're creating and resonating within ourselves and with each other. And then with that ball of energy that also contains our expression, uh, we share this intention to create world peace by creating peace with ourselves and with each other. So I just want to thank each of you for being here and of all the places and things. And we have many options in this day and age where we could put our attention. So I'm grateful that our attention is all together here and now.
Mm.
Thank you.
Mm. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you all. Yes, and I'd love to just add to this the power of vulnerability and witnessing and sharing with each other. The the idea is to be so authentically ourselves, to know that we're safe to be however we are and to be witnessing unconditional love, which I believe it's like a healing balm for our hearts and souls. And that eventually brings more peace within, to know that we
Mm,
are okay, we're safe, we're held, we can come together in community and just be ourselves, however that expresses, even if anger expresses, even if shame, guilt, these lower emotions, whatever it is, it's fine. It can be witnessed and loved. And it wants to really return to love. It wants to return to compassion, to understanding, which then naturally creates more of a peaceful environment within ourselves. So we get to bring all these different parts in us more in a coherence, in synergy. So they're not at war with each other. And that's the idea, that inner peace to be brought in, so that inner war can be put at rest. So then what we see on the outside eventually can also change, because we do affect our environment. And also the power of more of us coming together with this strong intention of coming together with each other, and then to beam more of this connection and presence out in the world and within, because the inside is the outside. it's it's some of the biggest service we can really do in this world, because it's our energy that affects our environment. And it's an honor to be here, and it's something that it feels really good in my heart to keep showing up for. No matter how many people are at the call, it doesn't matter. It's us right now. It's here. We're together, and I'm very, very, very grateful because it holds me accountable to show up with that intention and to keep unraveling and to keep seeing any corners of me that still maybe are hiding and that want to come and be brought to consciousness, to awareness, to presence. So thank you all for being here. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mila.
Mhm.
And one more piece, just I just want to clarify this for the witnessing part that this is the first part of it. So after I'm complete, we'll open up for that, and whoever feels the spirit, the inspiration, they can share. We don't offer any feedback or any like an acknowledgement is beautiful, a sincere thank you, that, but we want to keep the integrity of the witnessing to be just that, witnessing us really seeing uh, the person, whoever's sharing. And my idea with that is that allows maybe a little extra space to share something that could be scary to share, or is an extra vulnerable thing, to Mila's point, of something vulnerable, because you know that we're not opening up a dialogue around whatever is shared. So with that, for the Zoom meeting witnessing, ding, open.
I guess I can begin. I'm very much still marinating in this space. And this morning, today, I sat with Chuma medicine yesterday, which is the cactus, with a few people here from the community, some dear friends on a land next to where I'm at. Um, so we got to bless the land, and it was just very subtle, the medicine. We really sat all day around a circle and gave gave prayers, gave thanks. There was a medicine man that was holding the space and that kept singing songs, and then we'll go around a circle and first we'll give a prayer for the air element and the different ways that expresses in our life, and the water, the fire, and that went on throughout the whole day. And then we had fire, and we just shared presence with each other, and we were just on the land. A lot of the times we're just in silence, and then we're mostly in prayer. And I was just there was just such stillness and simplicity in this way of being. And I was just reminded, wow, this is like the ancient ways of how we've gathered for thousands of years, and we kind of have gone away from it. And I feel that also has to do with that deep feeling of separation I feel humanity is experiencing on a level, or war, where we feel separate from nature, we feel separate from each other. And here was like 8 of us just in this intimate space on a land, just sharing space all day for hours, nothing to do, nowhere to go. And it was just bringing such allowance for me to just be, and to feeling this complete feeling of fulfillment. And for the lack of a better word, worthiness, enoughness for who I am, for just being. Like I feel like all of my to-dos, everything that I'm supposed to be productive or achieve or do out in the world was just put aside. That if any parts of me were like attaching a type of value for who I am or to be loved or to be enough. And there was just this core essence. I was feeling this just complete love for who I am, for just being here in this body on planet Earth. And it felt like such a vulnerable, tender, sweet space. It's kind of almost like this like little child just is like, wow, you're just loved for just being who you are. You don't need to do anything in the world in order. So I'm really feeling this piece of remembrance that I want to really integrate in more deeper corners of my being that still feel like they need to achieve or do something or be productive in this world in order to feel love or a value or that they're making so-called impact, like a positive change. And realizing that sometimes the simplest ways of being, which is coming back to this like inner harmony, inner peace, that is the energy ripple effect that's subtle but not so subtle gets to affect my environment. I'm kind of just, even as I speak, I imagine some of these yogic masters, or if you think of even the archetypes we know as Jesus, Mary Magdalene, Buddha, normally they're kind of represented more in these, yeah, they had some stuff to share, their teachings, which were wise, but I feel we were really touching more of their essence of being, of how they just were, the embodiment of who they were. That is really like what we want to, or at least I can speak for myself, that what I want to touch inside of me and embody more, not so much the doing. And that is just something that I can feel within my own being. Like I'm in this tug of war so often. And I really, yeah, that tug of war. Speaking of inner war with these different parts of myself. And I'm really like allowing myself right now to sit with this wisdom that is so simple that I was shown, yet there's still parts in me that are restless, and I can feel like different corners of my being that are still like, but I, you know, I have to. There's like a type of a clinging or a type of, and I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. You can unravel a little more. You can soften a little more. You can just be.
Right now, for me, meal is just being frozen. I don't know about, yeah, okay, same with you off too.
How perfect.
All right, shoot,
Like
you
leaving
got
us
your
with
goal,
that,
Mila.
leaving us with that little that thought. It is enough.
She's she's just eternally now in this moment. You gotta love the
Amazing.
recording, Zoom freezing right on time. Mm. All right, meal's free. We did it. One more soul liberated. Nice to know you, Mila. I'll take over from here. So if that happened, oh, all right, never mind.
That was so
Perfect
perfect.
timing.
I mean, it literally just the Zoom closed on me.
It left us when you said like just being.
Yeah, it was
It was
great.
It, see, that's I think I'm complete.
You've been completed.
Thank you.
Shall I carry on?
Please.
Thank you, Mila.
I don't know where to start, but I know that I've since I've talked to Christopher and listened to the talks about the atrocity side of things and humans and our world. I had such a beautiful experience of absolutely seeing that what this is, the self, not the person, is what all arises within. And I saw it in my own surroundings that I was what everything is arising in. I could feel it and see it and experience it and fully get it. And it's such a lovely seeing somehow. And because we'd been talking about what's going on in the world, I tried to imagine something of Israel or Gaza. I don't know anything about it. I don't watch any programs about it. We don't have a TV. I don't purposefully go and look at images. I don't listen to the radio or read a newspaper. So it's kind of filtering through because people speak about it. But in that moment of seeing, I am that in which all arises. I am that in which the person with the gun arises. I am that in which the child underneath the rubble arises. I am that in which that conflict arises. And you were saying, I was listening yesterday, Mila, about I am human and I have the capacity to be the one with the gun and the one with the sorrow or the victim or the perpetrator or I can't remember what the other one is, but it just was so clear and so sort of acceptable in this space within that I could see all three or all situations being something that is acceptable, to be that, to have shown, okay, yes, I am that and I am that. And yet there's a person who can recoil at stories and or get a kind of feeling of justified in being appalled if it's that, but actually it's just these feelings are just nowhere near as strong as say 20 years ago. There does not seem to be shock and horror. There seems to be a kind of flooding of, can that be? It sort of doesn't seem to be even compassion, although it could be. It's quite soft. So this feeling of something that moves through this body and out towards whoever may be suffering. And I've started to look at degrees, if you even look at degrees of suffering, who is suffering? I've had conversations with my sister talking about her partner, who I just wanted to wave a magic wand and make him see that he's a beautiful person in his own right, and his whole past, he could decide to drop it and live his life and not be so in pain. So he's there, just in this country, one person that I know, or my neighbour who's totally depressed about her situation. It seems to be the same. The suffering is of the person, not the self. The self is with everything, but not of it, feels it, but doesn't hold it, sees it and allows it and accepts it, but doesn't resist it. And it seems like I see the resistance of what is happening to be where the conflict is inside. So when there's that unwinding of everything that happens somewhere in the heart or even deeper, I can't quite feel. I could have, yeah, maybe if I actually paid attention. It's deep in here that opens and opens and opens. And yeah, I think I've run out of words, but it's been really revealing to myself that it comes back to that every time. And I was only saying this morning, you were talking about where you were this morning. We were sitting in our little front room and the sun finally is coming in the window. And I felt our peacefulness. This is me and my partner. Just morning, after breakfast, looking out at the window. This peace, this sort of silence and quiet, and our little town is fairly quiet. At least it is, because I don't get involved in anything, so I don't know if there is anything in the town doing stuff, because I think it's something in me that this stuff doesn't come towards me anymore. I have like such a soft life. So is it that opening that keeps open or something? I've stopped.
Thank you, Becca.
I I was a part of a conversation this week, and we were talking about like our own personal sacred rage. And I guess kind of similar to you, Becca, I don't necessarily feel that rage very often. It takes a lot for me to feel that. And so we're having this conversation, and the person kind of leading the conversation really is in touch with her rage. And she was sharing ways to like express it and to like release it. And I was just like feeling kind of weird. I was like, wow, I just don't feel it. And I was like, but God, I know something is there. It's not like life has just been super easy for me. And there's so much happening in the world. It almost feels like I would be numb not to feel something. And so before I've been going to bed lately, I've been really holding an intention that my dreamscape really brings forth my subconscious, my fears, things that I've just like pushed down. And it's just so amazing when we hold this like intention, we have this prayer, like what actually comes forth. And I've been feeling just so much where these different fears that I fear, I'm like, oh my gosh, like my dreams are showing me like through the scape, like this is where this is coming from, this is where this is coming from. And I had also held the intention for like, where's this rage in me? Like, I want to bring it forth. I want to like release it so I can just feel it and let it go. So it's not just like trapped somewhere in there. And sure enough, I've been really feeling like little places like I need to tap into to help me start to like express this rage and let it come forth. So I am always just like in awe when I am reminded like just the power of like an intention of asking ourselves like, dreams, work with me, like help me understand. And so I will be working with this rage and letting it come through so that it doesn't come through in other ways in my life, right? So it doesn't come out in an unhealthy way, unnecessarily, where it gets directed at somebody. who may not deserve it, or just so I can really work with my energy better. So I look forward to working with this more. And thank you for hearing me.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
In this moment, I feel like a soft old man who cries, seeing cries tears of compassion and sadness for what what seems to go on in the world, what goes on in the world, and at the same time, or switching back and forth between that and giggling at the joy of the perfection of it at the same time. I kind of like picture myself with this like a cane. And so I feel soft. Yeah, I feel like very soft and tender. And part of it has to do with this sweat lodge that I just came out of a prayer ceremony just moments before this call. So my energy is also kind of feel a lot of energy actually. However, it's soft, like this soft energy. There's this kind of pressure in my head, and I feel my heart very open. And I shared with Mila a little bit at the beginning here. I'm laying on my side. It's very hot. For me, it was a very, very not the most challenging sweat, but I try and look at my relationship to discomfort in the sweat. And I was just laying there, and the last prayer was a prayer for inner peace. And I'm just thinking to myself, this is uncomfortable, and I kind of want it to end, but it's also okay if it continues. But I think I'll feel better if it ends. If this discomfort I'm in comes to an end, but there was kind of this, almost a desire for it to end, but also at the same time, an acceptance and finding the peace amidst the what I was perceiving as discomfort in this prayer. And I'm inspired to share well, before I share, there's a poem that I want to share with you all that I got the inspiration listening to you with your shares. But before I do, this past whole week, the last meditation, Jacqueline and Mila were here, and I've just been humbled. I feel I've been humbled by Mother Nature, by this stomach bug I had, but then humbled in a really beautiful way with these different prayers that I've been doing in Costa Rica, because I'm just going to this like portal of like time seems to not exist when I get back here in a way that's different than when I'm in the United States. And it's just prayer after prayer. And I feel like I'm being plugged in to electric sockets, and it's like turning up more than it was for me in the States. And I'm feeling the energy, and the energy is intense, and it's also now had me arriving in this moment, in this like soft, tender, a little, not tired is the right word, but just feeling a lot, and just watching it all as I feel it all. So I'm gonna close my share with this poem as Mila flickers on on and off.
Sure.
Quite fast too. That's interesting. And I'm curious, can you all still see me right now Yes, okay, wonderful. I know for sure Mila has heard this poem. This poem, and my invitation is for the listening to be really part of our meditation here as you receive this and as I read it. It's by Thich Nhat Hanh. The title of the poem is Please Call Me by My True Names. Don't say that I will depart tomorrow. Even today, I am still arriving. Look deeply. Every second, I am arriving. To be a bud on a spring branch, to be a tiny bird with still fragile wings, learning to sing in my new nest, to be a caterpillar in the heart of a flower, to be a jewel hiding itself inside a stone. I still arrive in order to laugh and to cry, to fear and to hope. The rhythm of my heart is the birth and death of all that is alive. I am a mayfly metamorphosizing on the surface of the river, and I am the bird that swoops down to swallow the mayfly. I am a frog swimming happily in the clear water of a pond, and I am the grass snake that silently feeds itself on the frog. I am the child in Uganda, all skin and bones, my legs as thin as bamboo sticks. And I am the arms merchant selling deadly weapons to Uganda. I am the 12-year-old girl, refugee on a small boat, who throws herself into the ocean after being raped by a sea pirate. And I am also the pirate, my heart not yet capable of seeing and of loving. I am a member of the Politurbo with plenty of power in my hands, and I am the man who has to pay his debt of blood to my people, dying slowly in a forced labor camp. My joy is like spring, so warm it makes flower bloom all over the earth. My pain is like a river of tears, so vast it fills the four oceans. Please call me by my true names, so I can hear all my cries and laughter at once, so I can see that my joy and my pain are one. Please call me by my true names, so I can wake up and the door of my heart could be left open. The door of compassion. Thank you.
Would you like to continue the meditation, guide the meditation?
Feels good. So let us take these prayers, these witnessings inward. into the cave of our heart. And as we take them inward, simply allow these prayers to be taken inward. Letting them land like soft feathers floating into the ground of our shared being. Effortless. Letting our heart space, our transparent heart space, allow everything and everyone, every being, to be exactly as they are. Allowing ourselves to be precisely what we are. Being, feeling, knowing deeply inside ourselves, no matter what appears or what disappears, that there is no thing out of place. Including even the places or the things that we feel are out of place. These are perfectly placed. There they are. Here we are. Allowing the delicacy, the strength, the love of our heart to weave, permeate, melt, expand into every corner, nook, and place inside ourselves, inside the world, inside ourselves. like a warm golden liquid pouring effortlessly through our breath and our vein. And like water, and allowing the fire of our heart to burn without choice, to allow what burns to burn. There is no place where what we are does not touch or extend to in awareness in the universe. So very literally, this peace is being felt all throughout and within the world of our own bodies and the world, the earth, the body from which we came. If a part is touched, so is the whole. And this whole would not be a whole without each of our parts. Expanding, allowing even more, even a little more, for those feathers of peace to drop, float, to be carried through the wind of our soul. And just notice if there's any person or situation that you want to send an extra dose of peace and joy to. If anyone just comes up hearing that, in this moment, we can offer our peace to them. Allowing what we've cultivated here to permeate, soak into all of our relations. By allowing the moment to be the moment and then spontaneously responding from this heart, from our heart. And take a few deeper breaths to come back into the space. Sealing your prayer, your intention, our prayer. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes, stretch your legs, take your body.
Thank you, Christopher. Thanks for coming. Thank you all. One and all. The one in the all. Mm.
Thank you for that prayer. Thank you for that meditation.
Thank you.
Mm. Thank you for this space.
Mm.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure. Thank you for being here.
Blessed day, blessed night.
I just want to say that I know I've known it all along, but it was the way you said that I can't remember how you said it now, but I saw it in an instant that was saying I love you to just one thing says it to everything because everything is one. Oh, just got it. Oh, it made me it's so great. Because everything is one. So easy.
Sounds like love to me.
But thank you so much.
Feels like it.
I've really, really loved to join the group. It's just wonderful.
I'm so happy you're here. We'll be here same time, same Zoom link next week.
Thank you.
Let us bring our prayer into our daily lives.
Mm.
Yes. So much love. So much love.
Yes, love.
Bye, everyone.
Till next time.
Thank
Peace.
you.
Oh,
Today's
okay. This is happening each meeting. There's something new that
You're funny.
comes through.
We're bursting bubbles last time, no balloons.
I know.
Oh wait, watch this one. This happened the other day. Yeah, look at that.
Whoa. Special
Thumbs up.
effect.
Very, very nice.
I don't know. I don't know.
They're
And I
so
haven't seen it on
powerful
other
for sure.
people's. It's just my Zoom has these magical
Yeah,
powers.
it's
I
you.
don't get it. What? I have no idea how this is not like
You
a premeditated thing.
The heart one was the best.
The heart one was, yeah, I did this last meeting and hearts started bursting out of my chest.
No way. It doesn't want to do it today.
It doesn't want to do it today. There's
Doing
enough
everything
heart
else.
in this space,
Yeah.
you know. All right, everyone.
Oh,
Peace.
thank you.
Okay. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Nice.
Bye.